So, good morning, everyone. It really is a pleasure to be here today to sign a dual admission agreement with Kutztown University. And I was mentioning to President Hawkinson that I remember back many years ago, we're going to say about 30 years, when Kutztown University, which had and still has a renowned arts program, that we entered into a very early agreement with Kutztown that really was a launching pad for so many of our commercial arts students to have a path to a bachelor's degree. And it made such a difference. And some of those people still come back to our art gallery today for our exhibits and comment on what a great education they received. And particularly for Luzerne County Community College, entering into this agreement is especially significant because, as we were discussing, there are so many of our students who are first-generation students who really need both an academic and a financial path to a bachelor's degree. Their goal, first in their family, to pursue higher education, and they really need to have a definable path because otherwise they're constantly in a search. And to really instill confidence in them that there is that ray of light, that this is the way to go. I think Kutztown University is providing for many of them today that opportunity. And when we talk about the financial path, I think when a community college and a state university merge their opportunities, I think that provides the best economic path to a bachelor's degree. So I think today we are instilling in so many in our community and northeastern Pennsylvania whom we serve the opportunity that Luzerne County Community College and Kutztown University is committed to providing a great path to a bachelor's degree through the associate degree at Luzerne County Community College and ultimately receiving the second half of their education at Kutztown. So I'm very appreciative to you, sir, and the leadership of Kutztown University for recognizing this opportunity for our students. We look forward to not only a continued opportunity, but I think this agreement even provides more factors, more variables, if you will, for students to achieve that bachelor's degree. So we're very excited about this opportunity. Thank you.
Thanks so much, President Leary. And I, too, am very delighted to be here today at Luzerne County Community College to sign this dual admissions agreement between our two institutions. Let me first introduce two very special people from Kutztown who are with us today. First, James first, is Anne Marie, my wife. And Anne Marie went to that other KU that's out west. I think they play basketball.
Did they beat you last night?
You know, I don't even follow it.
We played a big game last night.
Well, our provost received her degree from Duke, so she probably won't be happy about the T's. And it's good to see her. Anne Marie's background is in art. She BFA in painting and a master's in art history with a lot of work in museum studies. And she was curator of education for the Figure Art Museum in Davenport, Iowa. A very beautiful museum on the Mississippi River. And she did that for about 21 years, and then 3 years as director of the University Art Galleries at Western Illinois University, where I was before I came here to Pennsylvania. She saw the sign that announced that there was an art gallery somewhere around here. She got very excited, so I hope we could see that before we go. And then James Garraway, our extraordinarily talented and engaged and charismatic transfer admissions director. So glad you're able to come up and join us today as well. Kutztown University offers over 100 outstanding academic programs to prepare students for successful careers. Obviously, Luzerne students will be able to partake of one or all, any of those programs. Our current enrollment at the university consists of about 8,300 students from 29 states and 33 nations. Our enrollment has leveled out. We're only down 20 students this year after losing about 200 to 500 students a year for the last 8 years. And so I think we've turned things around, and we're looking forward to our numbers beginning to grow. I think our goal is to get up to about 8,800 students. We want about 250 more new students, and we want to retain about 250 students. Our retention rate's gone up 1% this year. Our persistence rate's gone up 2%. So it's our hope that we'll be able to get up to that level and then sort of stay there, because that's what our infrastructure, that's the ideal size for our infrastructure, classroom space, number of faculty, and so on and so forth, number of beds in the residence halls. From our historical prominence in the arts, as you mentioned, to our AACSB accredited business school, to our excellence in the sciences. If you haven't been on campus, you have to go by and see our observatory and our planetarium. We have the largest telescope on the East Coast. Our comprehensive teacher education program, our progressive new general education program, which includes a first-year seminar, a freshman seminar. The way general education now works is that no department owns a class. All the courses in Gen Ed are based on learning objectives. They do fall into different areas, but if, for example, an art professor wants to teach mathematics through the use of the golden mean, or wants to teach plane geometry through the golden mean in a painting, that professor can submit a request to teach mathematics through that method. So we think it's very progressive, and it's brand new, and we also greatly lowered the number of hours in Gen Ed to make things much easier for our transfer students. So Kutztown truly has an area of study for nearly everyone. Now, my inaugural address, about 3.5 years ago, I spoke of the role of higher education in changing the lives of young people. I explained that colleges were created to awaken young people, to challenge their minds, to alert them to the possibilities that exist before them, to make them work hard and experience the personal growth and joy that comes from a threshold achieved and a grade well earned. Along with that awakening, I said that we may need to make our students curious, to read that new book, to try that new recipe, to hear that new song, to see that new exhibition, to discover how far our physical conditioning can take us, to touch, to smell, to feel, to think, to learn. A college education then seeks to build character and to set our students on the path to self-knowledge. Finally, after the awakening, making our students curious and helping in the development of strong character, we must then instill a gratefulness and a humility that for our students will lead to an educated mind, an enlightened soul, and a life fulfilled. And these are the values of Kutztown University, and I know these are the values of Luzerne County Community College as well. And this new agreement will allow us to work together to change students' lives. In this agreement, Luzerne students who submit a letter of intent to enter KU before the completion of 30 transferable credit hours will be guaranteed admission into a bachelor's degree program with third-year junior status at Kutztown University with certain conditions in certain majors. I think there's some GPA requirements in some of the special majors. Full-time students admitted with third-year junior status to KU should be able to complete their bachelor's degree in a parallel program at Kutztown University within 4 regular semesters, provided they complete their associate's degree program at Luzerne and appropriately sequence and complete their coursework at Kutztown University. And of course, any student who transfers, just in general, from Luzerne who doesn't have their associate's degree, we will make a very, very concerted and strong effort to make sure they reverse transfer, because we know how important it is that students get that credential, both for that student, but also for the college, to have your graduation numbers go up. And we've been very successful at having our students reverse transfer back to get their first degree. KU agrees to a number of commitments on our part, such as providing a $500 book award to all Luzerne students who transfer with an associate's degree. We will provide scholarships to high-achieving students. They're at various levels, depending on GPA and levels, I believe, and provide other advantages to Luzerne students as outlined in the agreement. And quite frankly, we're in talks now of even some additional scholarships for any student who has an associate's degree, and we will augment those advantages as we go forward and as we come up with, put into practice a few new ideas. We're all very excited about this agreement and providing an easier path for community college students, and this is especially important to me as an individual. I am a proud graduate of a community college. I didn't have the means to go to a four-year college, and so I went to work in a factory at the age of 17 and attended a night school at Elgin Community College. It's located outside Chicago. And with the help of the faculty and staff at ECC, Elgin Community College, I earned my associate's degree in 2 years and was then able to continue my education at a four-year institution, Western Illinois University. The rest is history. I would not be here today if not for the existence and the support of my local community college, and it is our hope that these joint programs and other programs we develop will serve the students of this region as I was served, and to make a significant difference in their lives, to give them a path to an important career wherein they will play it forward and change the lives of others for the better. My thanks to President Leary and all the administrators, faculty, and staff at least Luzerne County Community College and KU who contributed to this important initiative. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. I sincerely appreciate the fact, and particularly that your path was through a community college. So you recognize the value, the opportunity that we had. I think it's time for the signing. I would like to take this moment, though, to express my appreciation for the leadership, certainly, at your college, but also our Vice President of Enrollment Management and Student Development, Vice President Rosanna Reyes, who led the effort for formulating this agreement from Luzerne County Community College. So thank you, Rosanna. And so we'll sign the agreement now. And do you have anyone? Just us.
We'll do the signing and then we'll get you a photo, sir.
Okay, thank you. You realize how easy it is for us. We mentioned this earlier, that all we do is sit here and sign after all the months and months of work that we had to formulate this agreement. Yes, it's all there on paper.
Yes.
Today is the 7th, correct?
Yes.
All right, and
That's it? Thank you, sir.
thank you.
Appreciate it.